There's something stirring behind the scenes at St. James Park, something that, if it comes to fruition, could completely transform how Newcastle United attack next season. The rumours circulating aren't just idle gossip this time. The targets are clear, and the moves are strategic. The Premier League scene, barely settled, is already heating up behind closed doors, and the name causing all the talk is young, talented, and controversial. But hold on, we're not revealing everything just yet. Stay tuned, because what's coming next might just surprise you. In recent days, Newcastle fans have been caught off guard by a move that could prove decisive for the club's future. And we're not talking about just any signing. It's a name that, despite youth, already has a solid history in English football. While the board work quietly in the background, speculation grows stronger and supporters start to dream. You'll soon understand why this potential signing is shaking up English football's backstage and what it might mean for Eddie Howe's ambitious plans. By the way, before we go any further, if you're a true Newcastle fan and want to get hot news like this first, why not subscribe to the channel now? It really helps our work and makes sure you don't miss any updates on our beloved Magpies. Stick with us because this video is just getting started, and what's coming next promises to heat this transfer window even more. Back to the story. In the last few hours, a Premier League elite club with a history of trophies and market power has entered the race and could spoil Newcastle's plans. This has intensified the competition and put our board's negotiation skills to the test. But despite this heavyweight rival, there's one factor that could tip the scales in Newcastle's favor, and you'll find out why shortly. We're talking about a potential transfer involving huge sums, controversy, and a dash of raw talent. And now, the main reveal. According to reports published by Sport, Newcastle United are officially in the race to sign João Pedro, the Brazilian forward from Brighton. And they're not alone. Liverpool have also shown strong interest in the 23-year-old, turning this battle into a true behind-the-scenes war. Pedro finished the season with 10 goals and 6 assists but ended on a low after a fight with teammate Jan-Paul van Heck, an incident that saw him miss the last 2 games for the Seagulls. Sources close to Brighton have confirmed to Sport that the training ground incident wasn't treated as a deliberate attempt to force the player's exit. However, the timing of the dispute raises questions. Was it really just a coincidence, or has João Pedro already got his mind elsewhere, away from the Amex Stadium? For Newcastle, this might be the perfect chance to act fast and secure a signing that combines youth, physical strength, and refined technique, all in one name. And if you're enjoying the video so far, now's the perfect moment to remind you that subscribing to the channel makes all the difference. We keep a close eye on Newcastle's backstage, hunting for the hottest and most reliable news. Don't forget to hit like as well, because it helps spread our content among more passionate fans like you. But, as not everything is straightforward, the road to João Pedro could be trickier than it seems. Brighton isn't willing to easily let go of an asset they consider valuable. It's worth remembering that the club paid around £30 million to Watford to sign the Brazilian, and now, after a year of ups and downs, he's valued at a staggering £100 million. Yes, 100 million. According to the same Sport report, Brighton's owner, Tony Bloom, remains firm on the price, especially after announcing a record revenue of £222.4 million, boosted by the historic sale of Moises Caicedo to Chelsea. Curious is that, despite a statistical performance below expectations, with only 20 shots on target throughout the entire season, Brighton remains steadfast in their stance. This is because the club's valuation goes beyond cold numbers. What they see in João Pedro is potential, an asset who, with the right development, could reach very high levels. And that might be exactly what Eddie Howe is looking for, a player who hasn't yet reached his peak but could explode in a Newcastle shirt. But why, then, is Liverpool's interest so strong as well? The answer may lie in João Pedro's style of play. The forward is versatile, able to perform as a central striker, second striker, or even deeper. His style at times resembles Cody Gakpo and Darwin Núñez, players who already feature in the Reds' attacking rotation. With the arrival of manager onslaught and the expectation of a tactical overhaul, João Pedro could emerge as a key name for their new project. Naturally, this adds pressure on Newcastle to act swiftly. Here on the channel we're keeping a close eye on everything, and if you want to join our community of well-informed fans, now's the time to hit the notification bell. That way you'll get an alert every time there's a new video, and you won't miss any updates on this João Pedro saga. Returning to the player, it's impossible to ignore the praise he's already received from notable names in English football. Troy Deeney, his former Watford teammate, said, "João Pedro is destined for the top," and highlighted his tactical maturity and technical ability. According to Deeney, he's simply good. You need to put him on the pitch. Statements like these reinforce the idea that, despite some inconsistency, there's a gem waiting to be polished. Perhaps this is Newcastle's greatest advantage, offering the player the ideal environment to develop. A club combining ambition, structure, and a passionate fan base that would surely embrace João Pedro from the first minute on the pitch. Eddie Howe is known for nurturing young talent and could be the key figure in turning João Pedro's potential into tangible results. Moreover, the Brazilian striker fits perfectly into Newcastle's sporting project, which aims to build a competitive squad around high-potential prospects. Of course, the price is a delicate matter, but sources close to the club indicate Newcastle do not intend to pay the £100 million Brighton are asking. The plan would be to negotiate based on performance targets and bonuses, which might make the deal more viable. Additionally, João Pedro is reportedly open to considering a move, provided it's to a club with European ambitions, which currently plays in Newcastle's favour, as they are already planning for continental competitions next season. So, Newcastle fans, do you think the investment is worth it? Does João Pedro have what it takes to shine in the black and white shirt? Let us know in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. Join this growing community. This is the place for those who live and breathe football and want to stay up to date with Newcastle's moves in the transfer market. Meanwhile, in the corridors of St. James Park, the anticipation grows. The board know the competition is tough, but also understand that opportunities like this don't come around every day. João Pedro is young, talented, and has already proven he can decide matches. But he's also a player who needs support, a manager who trusts his football, and an environment where he can develop without excessive pressure. And maybe, just maybe, Newcastle is exactly that place. So, the question remains, are we about to see a new Brazilian donning the Newcastle United shirt? The coming days promise to be decisive, and you'll follow everything right here on your trusted Magpies channel. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with that mate who loves Newcastle too. The season's over, but the excitement is just beginning.